When we went to Vapi, it was a vast expanse of grassland.
Resource is a critical element in any success story. There always lies a source behind it, and the journey between defines its value. Quite a few realize this strongly. A few like Mrs. Sandra Shroff.
So then I started thinking that, we have to have a school, and how to have a school. That was a big question, how to do it.
Thus began the journey of Gyandham, the first English medium school in Vapi. But it took a lot more than just a wish to make it happen. Challenges came in all sizes, but Mrs. Shroff never looked back.
So I took a personal loan from the bank for the working capital.
She says, whatever happens, at whatever cost, the children should get the best of education.
We have never compromised on the quality of education.
Our school is also in tie with the Rotary Youth Exchange Program. The advantage of this is that when students from outside India, they come to this school, they feel as if they are studying in the same school.
With state-of-the-art educational facilities and an army of experienced teachers, today, Gyandham is not just a school, but a center for excellence in learning, a school that entire South Gujarat looks up to.
Our school was approached by the Secretary of Tribal Education, and he wanted us to take on an Eklavya school in Awa, in the Dungs.
The success of Gyandham soon attracted the admiration of the authorities, giving birth to a new mission for Mrs. Shroff.
The first time I came here, there were children all over this area here, outside here, on the rocks, washing their clothes.
They were having very dirty toilets where we couldn't even think of peeping in.
Oh, it was pathetic. Some dignitaries came. The person asked, what is the good thing that has happened to you after the new management have come? And the girl turned around and said, the bathrooms.
Unlike Gyandham, Eklavya was a much tougher mission, but not for Mrs. Shroff.
When we took over the school, the result was 0. So the challenge was to get teachers. Where we didn't get teachers, we supplemented by sending our teachers from Gyandham.
These children coming from tribal belt, they have never been exposed to good things in life. We have tried to expose them to the best of circumstances.
मैंने यहाँ 6ठी कक्षा में एडमिशन लिया था, तब यहाँ इतनी सारी सुविधा नहीं थी। आज हमें लाइब्रेरी, कंप्यूटर लैब, बायोलॉजी लैब, बहुत सारी सुविधाएं मिलती हैं।
Teachers are adopting different strategies in the classroom क्योंकि आजकल बच्चों को कुछ नया चाहिए, कुछ क्रिएटिव चाहिए।
यहाँ जो स्मार्ट क्लास है उसमें से काफ़ी मुझे सीखना मिला है। जो हम सीखते हैं वो जल्दी से याद भी रह जाता है।
One of our students of this place has also gone to NASA.
जब मैं 10वीं कक्षा में था तब मुझे नासा भेजा गया।
Today I feel very proud to say that we have reached 99%.
While Eklavya was finding its ground in Ava, there was another concern that gripped Mrs. Shroff's mind.
Actually, nurses are probably the most difficult professionals to come across.
This gave birth to the Sandra Shroff Raffle College of Nursing.
Nursing is a profession, it is more skill-oriented. Here at Rotary Hospital, I am going with the student right in the morning and seeing that my students learns how to give care to my patients.
Major General Bhutia took up the responsibility of being a guiding star for the institution.
The first question I asked Major General Bhutia when I was interviewing her, how will you deal with the doctors in the hospital? She said, I'll win them over with my good work.
I want to produce the nurses for Gujarat who will work with head, heart and hand.
The growth of chemical industry in and around Vapi demands a large number of skilled chemical technicians in the town. Mrs. Shroff, realizing this demand, came up with the thought of creating an Institute of Chemical Technology in the locality.
You can't make an institute of chemical technology, which is what TRIC is, in a place like Ankleshwar. The students who couldn't get admission anywhere else, they came to us. Professor J.B. Joshi said was that there are no bad students. There are only bad teachers. Mr. Panjwani got hold of these students with a piece of paper and he said, now write down what you propose to achieve at the end of this year. So they wrote down and they discussed it and how they were going to do it. He did that with each and every student. After 6 months, that piece of paper came out again. How far have you progressed? Of course, progression would be very little. Then after 1 year, after the year was complete, the paper came out again. So from the dregs, we were able to bring those children up. Our vision is that from day one, the graduates who go from our college should contribute to the organization from the time of entering their job in a factory.
Of 9 industry-sponsored projects, we have already completed 3 industry projects and we are in the process of filing patents.
In some of these projects, our students are also participating in research work.
For innovation and invention, we are making them ready for the future.
Many young minds from Gujarat and adjoining areas are being nurtured, inspired and encouraged to excel in life through Mrs. Sandra Shroff's initiatives.
But I think when you have a vision, you just have to go working on it. You have to have a lot of patience. Actually, I don't have patience, but somehow I get patience with these things.
Her vision has played an imperative part in creating these resources from an almost inexistent sources in the grasslands of South Gujarat.
Mrs. Sandra Shroff has been our pillar of strength. She's always guided us and helped us in all the ways.
Her kindness and generosity has created a very encouraging atmosphere in our college.
Despite this, her enthusiasm is far from being faded.
In 40 years, I think we have realized my dream, but now, 45 years later, I have another dream. I want it to be even better than it is.
She lives a life that truly inspires and enlightens individual interests of innumerable lives in Gujarat.
Take hold of your vision and go for it.